Is enlightenment the end? How is everyone doing today? I'm Thomas, and this is my channel. I do educational materials, educational videos, courses, and books and articles uh, for you that will hopefully help you with your great awakening, moving to our new world here, that hopefully we will be able to um, apply some of the things that we've learned over the course of our lives, um, and in just a more peaceful and harmonious way. One of the things that I study a lot and like to share with you is this tree of life. I've been doing videos for a couple months, almost exclusively on Tree of Life. And it's an ancient diagram of our faculties of consciousness, or a map of our faculties of consciousness, or if you don't like faculties, you could say our abilities of consciousness, or aspects of consciousness, facets of consciousness. And there are 10 circles or spheres here. They're number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then there is a thing here called the abyss. And then there is a thing above the tree that's called the zero. And so that is a total of 12 different things, 12 different abilities of consciousness. And the way they kind of boil down is that 10 is really our survival, our instinct, fight or flight, state of our body. Life is in peril. We need to marshal our resources so that we can survive. And this also applies to survival of the whole species. Then the ninth sphere is our domestic consciousness. This is what we're picking up as we are growing up in the home. We are highly receptive, and we soak up all the influences around us, and we, are intently, trying to absorb these things, and we memorize and imitate the actions that we see from people around us. And so through the home life, habits and behaviors get passed down almost as if they were genetic. And then the eighth sphere is similar to that, but it's where the ninth sphere is about the domestic sphere, the eighth sphere is about the public sphere. So this is the influences that you're under once you go out into public, and you go out to school, you go out to church, you go to the Little League, you go to the mall or whatever, you watch TV, and you pick up influences from the experts, the expert opinion, and the establishment and the institutions, and they tell you what you're supposed to believe, and then you buy into it. And that way you might be able to be accepted by the eighth sphere if you buy into it enough and you jump through all their hoops. So this is where all the institutions are, the establishment. This is really where a lot of the resources are. And but this is also the trickster. So they might tell you what you believe, but that certainly doesn't mean that it's true. Okay, then the seventh sphere is for people who kind of start to realize that the eighth sphere maybe is not all it's cracked up to be. I believed in the eighth sphere, but then my own life experience slapped me in the face because I was believing in something that just wasn't true. And the reality came up to bite me. And so I began to doubt what they were teaching over there. And so I came over here and I imagined something different. And so the imagination is a big part of the seventh sphere. Also, the inspiration and also intuition, creativity, and our ability to take things, uh, different things, and put them together into harmonious groupings. Um, so these things all take place here at the seventh sphere. And what happens is that we eventually we come up with alternatives to the eighth sphere, that don't have all the failings of the eighth sphere. At least we try for them not to. So this is where your artists and your inventors uh, work, and then they begin to climb up this way if they are inspired. They'll be able to formulate a mission here at the top of the seventh sphere, that is, not just filling in a job, not I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a lawyer, I'm going to be a cop, I'm going to be a banker, but actually I'm going to be me, and I'm going to share my gifts and my skills, highly developed, with the universe to fit my piece of the puzzle here and the universe, not just a cog in the machine, but an actual contribution to the universe. So we move up to the sixth sphere. Inspiration is only 1%, though. The 99% is the perspiration. So it's a tough climb all the way, basically all the way from 7 to 5. But we go to 6 first, and and you can see this is uphill. It's up to the top of the pyramid. This is a pyramid here, and this is the apex of the pyramid. We later find out that it's also the nadir of the pyramid, of a double pyramid, or what you call an octahedron. Anyway, at the sixth sphere, the sixth is our free will faculty. So this is, in particular, our ability to pay attention and our ability to make decisions. The thing that needs to be changed is we are paying attention, but we're paying attention down the tree. So we're paying attention to the ninth sphere and the eighth sphere, to our old belief systems, our habits, our comfort zone. We grew up with these things. We're totally comfortable, paying attention to that. But we also have now at the sixth sphere decision-making power. And the decision that we make if we want to go on the spiritual path is to turn around our attention and pay attention instead up the tree toward our higher aspects instead of our lower aspects that we picked up when we were a kid. But so we're trying to evolve ourselves to moving back toward the creator. And that's at the sixth sphere. That takes a lot of courage. But first, what it takes is just to be able to stand up in the face of fear, not to cower in the fear, to recognize that, okay, I'm scared, I'm really scared, but that doesn't mean that I can't do it. I can still try. You may not succeed, but even if you tried, at the sixth sphere, that's success. Okay, later on, you need to do more than just try. But here at the sixth sphere, just trying, just standing in the face of the fear is enough for success. Then as we move up to the fifth sphere, the fifth and the fourth sphere work together as really like counterparts, where the fourth sphere is the articulation of the natural law, the natural order of things. This is not like the articulation here, which is a commandment or a decree, like, why? Because I said so. That's all that's required here at the eighth sphere. It's just, everybody knows that, get with the program, those kind of comments are eighth sphere. But at the fourth sphere, the natural law comes from a long observation of how things really are, and attempting to tune into that through measurement, experimentation, experience, investigation, and research. And so gradually these cosmologies, theories of everything, grand unified theories, holy books are things that are products of the force sphere as a result of all of that observation. And then over here, the law, this natural law, is actually enforced at the fifth sphere. You can think of this as the law of karma. What comes around goes around. As you sow, so shall you reap. And so we're here paying attention at the sixth sphere. We are behaving in a certain way, and we get immediate feedback from our karma, telling us how our actions created karma. Karma is basically defined as violence and waste and violation. So when we act, if our act is wasteful or violent, we will find out about it because it will come back to us. And so if we are able to kind of befriend our karma and learn from it, then we can fine tune our behavior to eliminate our karma from, eliminate violence and waste from our actions. So the fifth sphere is very much about nonviolence. And the fourth sphere also includes, in addition to the universal law, it also includes the universal love and universal language. Give seeking nothing in return, and to love your enemies. And then the abyss is our psychic powers, our ability to tune into and recognize omens, and then our ability to act upon those omens. Those are the two: psychic heat and psychic receptivity, in reverse order. We need to be able to have the psychic receptivity first, and then the psychic heat. So the psychic heat tunes us in to the omen, or synchronicity, or coincidence, or just a weird recurring number, recurring theme. These are all things that we need to train ourselves to notice and to recognize that they're important, and then to be able to have the courage to act upon them. Okay, 3, 2, and 1 are our divine triangle within. These are the qualities, direct qualities of the divine: omnipotence, all-powerful; omniscience, all-knowing or wisdom; and omnipresent, all-present, all at once, eternally. And we tap into this through sound, synchronization. We tap into this through light. And so you can kind of think of, once you kind of move out of the third sphere, you're really kind of like breaking the sound barrier. And then as you move up here to the first sphere, you're breaking the light barrier. And the first sphere is like a unifying thing, where it's the ether, or the thing that underlies the whole universe. At the center of everything is one. We are all one, and we are all connected to that. The center of you is the center of me. And so this unifies everything. And then the zero is a mystery or a nothingness. It has to do with what is really not part of the universe. The creator has a life of its own that's outside of the universe. And this is where we have like indirect access to that through the zero. Now with my model, I have the 144 different mini faculties, or fractal faculties, or stages of life. And I get those by using the whole tree, shrinking it down, and applying it to each aspect of the tree. So that would be 12 by 12, or 144. So the seventh sphere breaks down into 12. The eighth sphere breaks down into 12. The ninth sphere breaks down into 12, for a total of 144. And I've put together a list of those fractals that kind of just helps you study along, keep score at home, to be able to watch these videos and cross-reference. If you're curious how, say I'm doing today, we're doing number 128, you might want to look at like the inverse of that and see how it is. So say, for example, the other week I did stages number 67 and number 78. That is like the fifth fractal of the fourth sphere and the fourth fractal of the fifth sphere. If you compare and contrast those, you can kind of get a good flavor of like what the fifth and the fourth sphere really mean. This is the 140, and so if you'd like me to send you a copy of that list of the 144, just click the link in the description. I'll send that out to you for free. The 144 is a little bit of an advanced approach. So that's kind of how these videos are structured, is I'm giving you, for the first 2/3 of the video or so, we talk about just the 12 different aspects. And that's kind of a more basic and beginner approach to learning the tree. But then in the last part of the video, I go over each one of the 144 different fractal faculties. And that's kind of a little bit more of an advanced take on it. So, tune into the first 2/3 of the video and get the basics. And then if you feel like you want to push yourself a little further and go into some of the more advanced aspects, then you can really benefit from that with the individual presentation of each one of the 144. So, like I said, today the question is enlightenment the end? And that corresponds to stage number 128. So I believe in the actual 144, I have this listed as 125, but I've been juggling it around a little bit. So the 144 that you're going to get are not 100% completely up to date. They're 95% completely up to date. I've juggled around a couple of them. And number 128 is called Mountaintops, in but not of the world. In but not of the world, stage number 128 is about experiencing the heights of enlightenment, merging with the higher self, only later to come back down to earth to serve and observe the mortal humans in their folly. Bodhisattva. Experience, and we become more and more detached, like a mummy, more coming back, not beholden to the world, a certain detachment. Bodhisattva, choice, chance to come back to the samsara, back on the wheel to help the humans. On another level, maybe a retreat, but not an escape to the mountaintop. There is no escape. After the ecstasy, the laundry, right? But here, the ecstasy is long-term and sustainable. The higher self within is very faint and requires complete stillness to tune in. Where does the subconscious fit in? It must get calm enough to become transparent so that we can see all the way through to the center, the higher self that is very faint. The crown chakra, the unconditioned mind, pure potential, wide open. Satipatthana, in the heart center. What is absolute stillness as we perceive it? The purpose of humankind's existence is to become ethical, to control life to control conscious, to control instinct, to control emotion, to control the animal inside us. Unconscious content. We come back down the mountain to fulfill that purpose, to become ethical. Alrighty, that is number 128. In but not of the world, or Mountaintops. That is, which I did forget to mention, the Mountaintops fractal is the abyss fractal within the first sphere. So it's aspects of the first sphere and aspects of the abyss. The first sphere is the ether, the stillness that's within all of us at our deepest center that unifies all of us. And the abyss is about our psychic powers, our ability to tune into and recognize omens, also our magnetic capabilities, really electromagnetic, and those two kind of mix together to make this stage. And the stages are not chronological, but they're really dramatic stages, different dramas that we go through as we move through life. And you probably can see how I originally had this at number 125, which is which would be the sixth fractal of the first sphere, because it's about mountaintops, and the sixth sphere is at the top of the mountain. Among other things, it's also about decision making. But at this point in time, I figured out that it fits better with the abyss. Okay, thank you for sticking through the whole video, and just keep the tree of life in your mind, and eventually you'll get it. You'll memorize it, and you'll get it. It's a difficult learning curve. It's not a steep learning curve. It's just that you have to continuously apply yourself over a period of time. And it's not even really applying yourself. Your subconscious does most of it. If you just put the tree up on your refrigerator, up on your bathroom wall, and you kind of just gaze at it, you will eventually kind of memorize the diagram. And then if you just memorize a short little snippet from each one of the spheres, you will be able to gradually, sink into your mind the meaning of the tree, and then you will be able to access the resources of your own mind, your own experiences, and plug it in to the tree. And that's when you make it your own, and that's when you realize its great power. So just keep at it, and I'll be here to help you along, and you just have to tune into my videos every day, and you'll eventually get it. And it won't take that long either, just a few weeks. Okay, have a beautiful day. Click the link below if you like the video. Share and subscribe. Click the link if you'd like the 144 Fractal Faculties for free. And also, if you'd like to donate, my Cash App and my Venmo are right there. You can just, shoot me some more money to help me keep putting these videos out there, because I got a lot of treasures that I'm wanting to share, and just have to have enough time to put them all out. Okay, thanks a lot.